gonna act like they riding on something. Bro, make your booty go. Act like you riding the stick.
This is episode 51 with
Ricardo Carrillo.
We're back at it. Honor and pleasure to be here once again. And this one, they keep getting more and more special. We got some really good bottles here to share. This is episode 51 of Tequila and Transactions. I'm here with the one and the only Ricardo Carrillo with RC Lending.
Said it. My name is Ricardo Carrillo. I'm the branch manager for Team RC Lending.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for joining us.
For sure.
Appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. It's a wrap. Episode 51.
Key guideline with conventional loans that if you don't have a current housing expense, then we can't use any of the future revenue.
They were just hanging around. Yeah, gotta lay down when you make bed. Gotta let some tears just shed. Since we blew up and got green, I gotta leave some.
Just got the Urus freshly detailed by one of my guys out here in Miami. If you guys are ever in Miami and you need a car detailed, Gazoo Detailing did an awesome job on the Urus. You guys can see right now, needed it. Gleaming, shiny. It was so dirty, it hadn't had like a full-on detail since it was in the bay and it was in the shop for months, but came out fire.
You know, if we make 2.5, we're only making 1.5 pretty much, and that's just all good.
That's a good one,
¿Verdad? Y después la poníamos para atrás a alquilar.
Okay.
Y todo el branch.
Wow.
Sí, nosotros estamos trabajando en un área en Oakland, en donde en ese banco yo solamente trabajaba hablando en español.
En California.
En California, sí.
Okay.
Pero después, durante ese proceso, yo estaba sacando mis licencias para convertirme en un banquero que tenía licencias.
Okay.
Iba a ser un realtor durante ese tiempo, porque eso fue lo que yo estaba haciendo.
Claro.
Hablé con ellos, me dieron todo el papeleo para sacar mi licencia de ser un realtor, y es lo que yo iba a hacer. So, empecé ese proceso, saqué mi licencia, y durante ese tiempo...
I'm the type that could never lose. I'm the type that be breaking rules, and I'm breaking backs. Gotta bring it back to my niggas that be on the breaking news. Ooh, ooh, the money and power I got. Couple friends, I don't got a lot. New friend on my...
5:12, and I'm barely eating my first meal. I'm so bad when it comes to food. I'm like, as much as I love food, I never actually take the time to like sit down and like eat something. I feel like I just never take a break in my day. I mean, today's been it's been so much. Like, I'll show you guys my calendar for today. It's like, if you can even see it, kind of like 8 a.m., 9 p.m. and just like packed. I've got a bunch of shit on my to-do list. I feel like I've been super behind the last couple of days, and I don't even know why. I think like we've just had such an increase in the number of people that have been reaching out to get financing. So like, and I've also been in the process of hiring Jonathan, who is actually in the office today, his first day, which is awesome. I'm honestly excited to get him up and running with not only just adding another salesperson to my team, but also starting to work on delegating a lot of what's on my calendar, which are these phone calls. Once I start to delegate this and I can start to buy a lot of my time back, then I can start to work on getting everything up and running with the company, and trying to get those things moving. So I'm excited. It's been a long time before I've been started to work on like actually delegating my phone calls, and I feel like now's the chance for me to do it. September, the month, today's August 30th, September starts next week, and September is like one of the months in actually this whole year that I think I've had nothing planned in the month of September, and like I don't want to add anything else to my calendar. I just want to stay locked in with getting my salesperson up and running and continuing to build the team, and just focusing on that, and that's just my main priority, and trying to enjoy the process while working on it. So yeah, but that's the update. I still got 1, 2, 3 more phone calls. I've been on back-to-back calls since like 12 p.m. like noon. Normally with my schedule on East Coast time, my schedule runs until like 7 p.m. at night for me to be on calls, and the morning time I leave blocked for me to be able to catch up on all the things that I need to catch up on with my current people in process, and that just helps me give myself a little bit of time. Or on days like today where I feel like I am just extremely exhausted and I need to sleep in, and my body tells me to sleep in, which I feel like has been this entire week, I just, I'll get up at like 10:30 and start working late. But I like that about East Coast hours because I don't wake up to already being blown up on my phone, whereas like in California I'll wake up at 7 in the morning to go to the gym and it's already 10 in the morning here, so I'm already getting blown up in the morning. I already have missed phone calls. It's just part of the game. Also did my first podcast in Spanish yesterday, which I thought was really dope. I did it with Emmanuel, who is the branch manager who runs this Miami office, and that was a lot of fun. I feel like that really took me out of my comfort zone. I'm good when it comes to speaking Spanish, and I feel like I can get into my flow once my brain like switches to speaking Spanish, and then I'm just kind of like rolling with it. But that was the first time that I've ever done a podcast in Spanish. So yeah, it was just a little challenging, which is cool. But I want to get my Portuguese up to speed too. I think we were talking about like different things in putting out content, and I feel like just as a business owner in general, the ability that I have to speak Spanish, English, and Portuguese is not something that a lot of people have. So like, why wouldn't I be capitalizing on it and also posting content for you guys in Spanish and in Portuguese? Like, I feel like just in general, that would be cool to see that, like I'm a US business owner, but then I'm like getting my Portuguese audience or like my Spanish audience. So yeah, might be something that's coming down the pipeline in the future, but that's just it. We're moving.
Cause I've been snapping since the 2010s. Somebody tell them to stop. These niggas making up ops. For the money, she making it pop. Taylor Swift, yeah, they making it pop. In the spider, I'm dropping the top.
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. Gotta stay closing deals. You know how we do it over here.
Just to make myself sure.
Yeah, let me know.
Okay, I'll text you right back. Thanks, bud.
Locked, baby.
Balenciaga, it came with a crop on the top. I flew overseas, I'm shopping just cause of me first look like a fox. Red light, yellow light, green light, nigga won't stop at the lights. No way. Counting up racks every day, all day, not pop out at night. Ain't got no way, she cute in the face, he out of the spites. Smoke to the face, what a wonderful taste, I'm out in the flight. I can just tell by the energy, it's obvious some of you envy me. Cause I know I'm shopping in Italy, every spider on come with a million. I don't know if what we have is love, but it's on my mind. We might slide on a nigga inside this club. Girl, close your eyes. 15 brothers, no friends when I pull up for peace of mind. Lights come on.
Reach a certain point, you will always feel stressed, and I feel like you just gotta be okay with that, And the most important thing is, in like a week like this, is
Don't worry about no groupies. I know you want me cause your BD is a goofy. Boss you up, your lifestyle could be exclusive. But I don't know cause you be on
ownership to those.
That's Mommy.
VS Stone, sit back, stroll. Pull up Rolls truck. I'm rockin' the Rolls one. Platinum stones. I might have a stones, yeah. It's still going chrome, yeah. I got the shit on, yeah. I got the shit on now.
Line would basically hold for like 30 days, typically 30 or 60 days. That's just the structure. That's considered mini correspondence. So the reason it's called.
I'm rockin' the Rolls one. Platinum stones. I might have a stones, yeah. It's still going chrome, yeah. I got the shit on, yeah. I got the shit on. I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. What you do? Made a move, could've made a move. If I knew I'd be with you. Is it too late to pursue? I bite my tongue, it's a bad habit. Kinda mad that I didn't take a step at it.
Yeah, I think you guys recently just joined the academy, right? How's it been?
It's okay, things happen for reasons
reinvesting a lot more of the funds, and kind of going back to like working on the overall picture. I feel like for a little bit of time I was stuck really working in the business for the last like couple of months, and now I'm really making an emphasis to get myself out of the business and start focusing on more content, networking with more real estate developers, networking with more real estate brokers, that I'm even thinking about hosting an event here in Miami. But yeah, I feel like that's been something that I've been needing to like reallocate my focus. And I'm also excited because I talked to my brother while I was back home on starting up a new project that I feel like I always say that I could never go like an extended period of time without taking on a new project or like adding more things to my plate. And I feel like it's so true, but it's just like, it is what it is. That's just how I operate. Like my brother has a 2-car garage, and he wanted to turn that 2-car garage into like a rental. And so we kind of talked about like, well, let's come up with a game plan to turn it into a rental and for me to rent it out from him as my office. So I've been wanting a space that I can have like a clean background aesthetic for you guys, so I can just put up my camera and then, you know, work all day. You guys can get the shots and just like overall make the place a vibe. And I haven't really chosen to want to focus on getting an office, because the office that I've had for the longest has been at my parents' house in the Bay Area, and it's an office space that I have within the house. And I'm like, well, I want something a little bit different. This place would be bigger. It's 400 square feet, and we were kind of just like talking about coming up with a game plan to get it up and running. So that's gonna be the next project. I wanted to be a little bit more involved with him and like work with him to kind of understand the construction side of things, because for those of you who don't know, my brother is a civil engineer, but he's been in structural steel similar to my dad for pretty much his whole life. And he's 31, so he has like a ton of expertise when it comes to structural steel engineering and plans and like designs and things like that, and has just literally done everything as it relates to the structural steel space. So we're working on the construction piece of it. And like for me, one of my goals is to get into a ground up construction project for myself within the next year. Like sometime next year, I want to work on figuring out where do I want to buy a piece of land, and then doing a full development project and building the house from the ground up, and then either turning it into a rental or selling it and taking all my funds and doing a bigger project. And so I've been wanting to get more into the real estate development side of things, and I think that just overall will be dope with working on it with my brother. So I think it'll take the next couple months as the next project. And we also have the other half of Project Stockton, that for those of you who have been with us from the beginning know that we were working on Project Stockton, and we finished half of the space, and now we're working on the other half of it. So that's also something that we're working on right now for the real estate projects. And I'm just gonna like have my enjoyment with that, be back in the Bay for the remainder of the year, leaving Miami at the end of September, like beginning of October, for another trip in San Diego with the company, for the top 30 producers, top producers in the company. My CEO got this fucking insane like $50 million mansion in the La Jolla Hills in San Diego. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, as we're rolling into this new week with the holiday, I just want to work on continuing to grow the business. And so the focus is training Jonathan and getting him up to speed right now with everything that's going on, and just moving things along. So I appreciate you guys sticking with us for this week. I feel like this week I didn't really get that much time to be behind the camera. There was just so many things going on, and my day was so packed that I feel like I haven't even had a chance to record and like get my feet back on the ground since I got back from Europe. It's just been a spiral of a bunch of shit. So yeah, we're gonna continue to swim through the pile of shit and try to come out on top like we always do. But I appreciate you guys sticking around. I will catch you guys in the next video.
Business, I'm a big stepper, underground methods, top notch hoes, get the most, not the lesser. Straight terror, product of your errors, pushing